Hello and welcome to another episode of the Creepy Corner. I am Keela, the factual person, not the actual host, and I'm here with the actual host.
Hello, it's me, Aj, and we have a new friend with us today.
Hi, I'm Becca. It's my first time here.
She would have been perfect for our witch episode, but she wasn't here, so her fault for missing out.
I didn't know about it, so that's on you.
I've told you.
You haven't.
So, anywho, I haven't told him the topic of this week's episode yet, and I usually don't know the episode until, I come up with it and I walk in. So this week we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite topics, another one that actually scared me when I first found them, the black-eyed children.
What? I hate it. I hate the idea of them. Wish they'd never happened. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess I have a little knowledge coming in here. Not a lot, but I've heard about them a bit.
So for those of you who don't know, the idea of the black-eyed children is that they are between the ages of 6 to 16, usually in appearance, and sometimes they'll look disheveled or homeless or just normal kids. They tend to keep their heads down, and as it sounds, when you do see their eyes, they have these solid black eyes. It's like the whole eye is just pupil. There's no iris, there's no anything.
It's like you dumped a bunch of ink into them.
Oh my gosh, those people who put eyeliner in their eye or something and then cry it out.
Yeah.
It's like when you see someone wearing solid black scleras.
Yeah.
But another problem with black-eyed children, well, I guess not problem, but the way they are is...
Their whole problem themselves. It's fine.
Exactly.
They are problems.
They will ask you to let them inside. They're like, hey, can I use the restroom? Can I use your phone? I don't know where my mom is. Or can I come inside? Just anything they can do to get inside. And this is before they show you the fact that they, probably aren't human. And you just feel like every encounter that I've read, they've always felt instinctual fear, primal repulsion. But they also have that, it's not like their own instinct to let them in, but something else is telling them to let the children in. And supposedly there's a lot of stories of people reporting seeing black-eyed children and then people seeing these people let children in their houses and never seeing that person again. Have I told you guys that part? No?
Yes.
Oh, I did tell you that. Ooh. So
Sorry,
yeah.
just my yes, I'm so quick and just you have and you should.
So, would anyone like to tell us the factual bits? Keela?
I do that.
He's like, hit. That's my job.
Yeah.
That's literally your whole job.
Yeah. This entire job. That's why I'm here. It's fine.
It's okay, we love you.
I love you too, Becca. And I love you too, Audrey.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyway, the putative origin of the Black-Eyed Kids legend is a 1998 ghost-related mailing list post by Brian Bethel, in which he related an encounter with those darned black-eyed kids outside a movie theater in Alabama, Texas. They arrived, then averred that someone else, with whom he had not previously discussed in the subject, had reported a similar encounter in Portland, Oregon. Black-Eyed Children fever hit the internet in February 2013 with a 2-minute video episode of Weekly Strange featuring a look at these strange putative beings was posted to the entertainment section of the MSN website.
So, would you guys like to hear my mom's first reaction when I told her about black-eyed children?
Sure.
I was like, by the way, Mom, if you ever hear a knock on the door and there's children, don't let them in, because I was a little paranoid middle schooler. And she's like, oh, I've had something like that, but I felt this overwhelming dread when I saw them. I wanted to let them in, but I didn't. And one of them looked at me, and I could have sworn they had black eyes, but I slammed the door closed as fast as I could. Mind you, this is the same mom who I've stated in a previous episode was a sensitive, and all kinds of creepy crap likes to come near her and mess with her. Same with me, but I'm lucky I haven't had to mess with the black-eyed children. That happened. I don't know if they're real or if my mom was just messing with me because that's something she'll do.
So, do you know what will happen if you let them in and they stay too long?
Most cases where they said that people have been reporting black-eyed children messing with them, and then people reporting that same person would go missing eventually. But once again, speculation. We don't know if these are all real or at all.
I mean, do we really want to know what happens when we let them in?
I mean,
Honestly, no. Just the fact that it's like kind of freaky looking, you get instinctual primal fear when you look at them, and they want you to let them in. I'm not messing with that.
I would want to know just so if any children shows up,
Hey, you know,
hunt them across the street. It'd be fine.
No, we don't punt children.
you know what? I'll let them into my house. I'll tell y'all what happens.
If you survive.
Oh my goodness.
That's the whole, well, like, I don't know. It's a scary thing that makes you feel instinctual, like, natural repulsion. Like, closest thing is, like, true terror without you even knowing that there's something off about them. I don't think anything related to them is gonna be fine. Like, they're going to give you a bad time. I feel like that's how you end up with, in the, like, the really, really warm place downstairs.
Yeah.
Even though, technically
The
speaking...
dirt. I was kidding.
Yeah, the dirt. Yes. The basement.
Oh.
No, technically speaking, just a little HE double hockey sticks lesson. According to Dante's Inferno, which for some reason a lot of people agree is like definitive HE double hockey sticks. I'm just trying to keep this PG, kids. The deepest layer is actually super cold, and that's where the
Heat
beast
rises.
is.
Heat rises. That's why it's cold.
Where he is.
Where he is, and he's frozen up to his shoulders, along with all the worst sinners. So, like, if you're really bad, just pack a lot of coats.
I mean, I feel like it'd be a lot worse being really cold than really hot, personally.
Oh, you're not even just cold, you're frozen in ice.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you are within the giant mass.
Put me in the middle levels. It'll be great.
Satan's in the middle.
Okay, and?
Be closer to Satan.
I'm gonna
No,
give
I
him a
meant,
bad
like-
time.
No, I meant like
Punish him.
If there's different levels, put me in like in the middle.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what the middle is. I'll tell you another time. That'll be
Okay.
another topic, because that's gonna be
My
fun.
plant's thirsty.
So, does anyone have anything interesting related to the black-eyed children they like to share? Personal encounter that you never realized was a thing? A story that you found before without realizing, or you just have been researching because that's kind of what we do here?
I mean, I kind of, like, looked into a little research, I guess. I found... You act surprised about this.
I know,
but
this was
you're
planned
not.
beforehand, but yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes things a little more interesting.
I suppose. Just, you know,
We-
spontaneous acting.
Spontaneous acting. Although, it doesn't make it very long. We can't lie to you without someone calling us out.
Yeah. So yeah, I have this little story for here if you want me to read it for you guys.
Yes, where is your site from?
I found it off Thought Catalog, and the article is 16 terrifying encounters with the black-eyed kids.
Keela, did we say where you got your article from?
I'm
Just
not
real
sure,
quick.
but I believe you pronounce it Snopes.com. Snopes.com.
Nice.
So
Now back to Becca's terrifying story.
okay, so the story I have here is called The Midnight Caller. And this is the true encounter that this one woman experienced. It almost felt like a dream. I woke up to my dog Lucy barking. She was upright on the bed where my husband and I were sleeping with our 22-month-old daughter, staring at our door like an unknown stranger was out there rummaging around. I thought she was just freaking out over a house noise. We'd only had her for 3 months and she was still a puppy. It could have been anything. Our roommate, a creak from the house settling, the awnings moving outside in the breeze. I wasn't too concerned initially. I decided the best bet would be to open the door and show her nothing was there. It sounds a bit silly, but it's what we do with our daughter when she gets scared, and I figured it would work with a puppy too. I opened the door and she raced to the front door. She stood there, snarling at the door. It was an angry, violent growl, one I had never heard her make before. I looked groggily at her and opened the baby gate, blocking the doorway, planning to open the door and show her everything was okay. The second my hand reached for the deadbolt, Lucy went wild. She started barking and jumped toward me, and when I touched the metal, she suddenly changed her temper. She whimpered, almost like she was afraid and backing down. As her mannerism changed, so did mine. I wasn't calm anymore. My heart was racing and sinking at the same time. I had been flooded with a mixture of fear and dread. I looked through the peephole. I can't explain why I looked, but I did. Outside were two kids. One was just a smidgen shorter than me, and didn't look much younger. I'm 21, and she looked to be 16 or 17. She was slender and pale. Her hair was a light shade of honey blonde, and she wore it long about mid-back with long, thin, blunt bangs in the front that covered most of her eyes. She wore jeans, a light wash that's popular right now, and a thin-looking olive-colored pullover-style hoodie. She held the hand of a small girl who looked to be around 3 or 4 in the same style jeans and a button-down ivory cardigan. The smaller one looked at the floor shyly but had the same shade of hair tied back in a ponytail. She had a stuffed toy under her free arm, and it was identical to the one my daughter has, as was their style of dress. Had it not been for the feeling of overwhelming dread and fear, I probably would have asked these children in and given them some tea or hot chocolate to get them out of the bitter cold. Something about them seemed off. At this point I hadn't made any noise. I hadn't shushed the dog or grumbled nothing. I hadn't turned on any lights. These kids had no indicators I was at the door. The older one spoke. She had a voice that was mature, confident, strong, and accentless. She held her wait. Oh, accentless. She held her head tilted downward, and I couldn't see her eyes. She said, "We have to use your phone." I stood frozen in fear. How did she know I was there? She raised her head to face me directly, and that was when I saw her eyes. There was a reason I couldn't see them through her bangs before. They were black, or midnight blue, or a dark, dark purple. They were otherworldly. She said, "Our mother is worried." As someone who has always been interested in creepy stories, I knew what she was, and the second she looked at me through the door, I have never been one to believe in these things. As a staunch atheist and a skeptic when it comes to the paranormal, I've written off many a ghost story for friends and family members eager to tell their tale. I didn't believe it. I still couldn't rationalize my way out of this. I was standing with nothing but a thin wooden door between me and the black-eyed kid. There was no questioning what was right in front of me. I did not answer her. Slowly and silently, I backed away from the door, Lucy still cowering at my ankles. She kept talking. "Just let us in to use your phone." I took another step back, and with that step the tone changed. At first, she seemed polite. When I took that step back, she became commanding and almost hostile. "We're not going to hurt you. If we wanted to do that, we would have broken in. I'll ask again. May we come in and use your phone?" Lucy snarled at the door, and I inched backward, though something inside me seemed to be slowly pulling me back toward the door. It wasn't a physical pulling so much as a subconscious need to go back and let them in. I got to my room, covered up the window, locked the door, sat there in the dim light of the nightlight. I heard her call me back to the door once more, and then quiet. I didn't go back to sleep that night, and I haven't slept right since. I know from reading about them that BEKs can't just come in without permission. I know they haven't hurt anyone, but I still fear I'll be the exception. When I told my husband, he said it was just a dream. He keeps telling me to forget this, but this lingering fear of sadness, this dread when the house is silent at night, this fear of a knock at the door, this tells me otherwise.
Well, that was lovely. Sorry for that weird section where there was suddenly a lot more noise. Somebody opened our recording door, so yeah, that happened.
Was that me?
No, that wasn't. So, ooh, this is really weird. Okay, are we doing better there? Sorry, we were having a lot of mic tech problems for a second. It's the black-eyed kids. No, it's the ghost from the last episode.
Holy crap. Wait.
The personal experience ghosts.
Well, that wasn't in the last episode. The last episode was about witches.
Whatever, the demons are back and we're gonna die.
Wow.
No wonder it's hot in here.
Right.
It's gonna be a
Actually,
running
it's pretty
gag.
cool. I thought it was kind of chilly in here today.
Yeah, it is. Shh.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Okay.
You can't lie to people.
I'm gonna laugh at all you want, just like the black-eyed children. Has
Yeah.
anyone, speaking of black-eyed children and last episodes and how weirdly connected, has anyone had interesting events happen to them after these episodes?
This is my first episode here, so
Yeah, just prepare every time we have something. Personally, I get, like, I don't know, I think talking about this anything makes Jonas more upset. So, I don't know. Have you had anything? Are the ghosts chill at your house?
I was at my Memos and Papa's this weekend, and they've had a little boy like drown on their property, and I was like getting away from what we're doing. But again, they've had a little boy drown on their property, and then there I believe is 2 children in their house as well. And there's also something in their pig barn, but we don't talk about that one because that one's really evil. And so, but yeah, I feel like the presence with like the children in the house are like, we're a little strong this weekend, but it's fine.
Hopefully it's not us talking about it, because I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So when I noticed a connection between black-eyed... So I've noticed a weird thing about black-eyed children is they kind of remind me, and I remember someone pointed it out before, that they might have a connection to vampires, because the whole thing of let us in. Because back in the day, vampires wouldn't be able to get into your house until you let them in. But there could also be like extraterrestrials who just have really good manners, or just anything like that.
I mean, most like spirits, at least more demonic ones, you kind of need to let into your life.
Because like you have to give them the power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's just
fun.
the idea of an extremely polite evil extraterrestrial, or
oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure,
polite
buddy.
evil demon.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take over
But
your
no,
entire
some-
life.
But whether it be intentionally or not, like if you played with a Ouija board and
We don't do that
I
here.
about to say we don't play with Ouija boards here.
yeah, don't do that. That's not safe at all.
Go out to a field or something if you're gonna do that. Don't be anywhere near your house.
Don't be near a graveyard. Don't do it in your house. Don't do it near where people have died. Those are the rules. Don't mess with them. Don't ask them how they died. Yeah, like, we mess around with creepy paranormal stuff here, but, like, to me, the idea of paranormal with a Ouija board just seems so much worse, because you don't know what you're letting in.
Like playing like supernatural games such as that. Ooh, I have a few ideas for what we could talk about next week.
Oh,
Speaking of which,
you want to come back?
Becca's like,
I
I'm
could-
come back. It's
if you want me to
decision.
come back, I will come back.
Oh, we will
By all
always
means.
take return guests here.
Oh, okay.
I've been trying to get rid of Keela. She ain't going anywhere.
like, no, never.
Oh,
Actually,
we want Keela.
I'm the facts person. No one's gonna take my job.
Honestly, yeah, you do more work than the rest of us.
Yeah.
So, I think that's a good place to leave this episode. So just remember, if any children try to come in at night, be careful.